Hello and welcome to another episode of our Women in STEM series. My name is Kaylee Peel and I'm the Director of Development for the Linda Hall Library. And today our guests are Sierra Randolph Azim and Alexis Birdsong from MINDDRIVE. Ladies, welcome and thank you for being here.
Yeah,
Hi,
thank
thank you
you.
for having us.
So I would love it if you would start off by telling me a little bit about your journey through MINDDRIVE. What was the impetus to bring you in as students? What was that experience like? And what kind of led you to become a part of their staff and a part of their team after the program?
Yeah.
For me, I started off because I needed a summer program, something to do. I was in middle school, and I started off with photography, which I actually did not like at all. But what I was really interested in was the cars that were in the shop. So the photography and the cars were like in the same building. So I would just always sneak off and look back there. And so my mentor, Oz, was like, he caught me back then. He's like, hey, you can come on Saturdays. Like, it's cool. And so I started coming Saturdays, and I loved it. And I've been there ever since. I think it's been like 6 years, you know.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
That's great.
Sorry. I was the same way. I started in middle school, and my dad was actually starting to be a mentor there. And I felt myself it's middle school, so it's never that deep. But I was feeling kind of like a loss of purpose and everything, and no sort of direction. So I started there, and I started in the digital media, communications design class, and then I also took welding class, and then I was there throughout high school. And then after high school, I graduated and went to JCC, and then came back because, it's just very nice to return to a place that made you feel comfortable, and then you also want to give the kids there that are there now the same experience that you had.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. So what makes the experience different at MINDDRIVE, and what was both of yours experiences as women in the program? Are there a lot of other women? Was it kind of a male-dominated program? Tell me a little bit about it.
it's most definitely male dominated.
Yeah, for sure. But because it is hard to get other girls into. I mean, it's intimidating to go into something that is already set in general, a male-dominated experience, especially STEM, we all know. So it is intimidating to even get started. But the girls that were there with us were very much into it, and we were very much uplifted to keep going and supported in what we were doing, for sure.
My experience with MINDDRIVE is that it's most definitely male dominated. It's a little bit harder for me, especially because I always feel like I have to prove myself because I'm always around the males, you know, and they always sometimes, some of them try to speak over me, or some of the students are like, she's a female, she doesn't really know what she's doing. And so I just always feel that I have to prove myself and always hold my head up high, especially because I work primarily with the female students to make them feel more comfortable and more adjusted. Also, another thing is just that as a student there, MINDDRIVE really felt like home. I always felt comfortable. The adults there treated me like I was an adult myself, which made things a lot easier. They allowed me to make decisions myself, which I didn't really get to do as a teenager. You know, your parents are like, you follow what we do. But they're like, you know, what do you want to do with your car? And I was like, oh, it's really cool.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, and MINDDRIVE does a lot of that. Especially being a girl, I think that when I was a student, there were a couple of female mentors and a couple female staff and stuff, but going back to MINDDRIVE and working there is part of that, just wanting to uphold that, female representation within everything and be, a female mentor for the girls, the female students to look up to and have to be comfortable with while we're there.
Well, it sounds like that really speaks to both of you as individuals, but also MINDDRIVE as an organization.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? There might not have been a lot of women at the beginning, but you guys are really building advocacy and mentorship and allyship, and that's really important. Talk to me a little bit about the mission of MINDDRIVE itself. Can you talk to me about not just the program, but what kind of students are you working with every day? Is it kind of the same group of students? Are they coming back every week? What does that kind of day-to-day look like?
It's the same group of students almost every day, especially during school time. So we're partnered with schools, so they bring schools to MINDDRIVE. And I typically, when I'm in a classroom, work with the same group of students every single day. Unless somebody else needs to go do something else, then I'm balancing between the two. Or and then there's the after school students, and we have different classes each day. So sometimes you're working with different kids. So I'm working with a different group on Mondays, which is welding, which is my expertise, versus if I stay on a Wednesday, then I'm working with the automotive kids, which is a completely different group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, the students are pretty consistent. I feel like they probably feel a lot like we did when we were students. Like, there's a reason they keep coming back, and like the mission is very important. Like, the mission itself is to just give these kids like confidence that they can do anything, whether that's in STEM or out of STEM. Like, the experience and like the way we go about classes, like, it's not really like a typical teacher and student relationship. We try to make it more of like we're as a team, like we're equals and we work as a team. And so I feel like that gives them confidence, and just having them feel like their project is their own, it gives them a lot of confidence, which applies like in and out of STEM. Like, we have a lot of confidence that when they leave here, they will have confidence in what they do, whether it's STEM or not. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
There's a lot of initiatives at the library, including our How Do I Become series, our Kansas City Invention Convention, providing more access and opportunity for young people, particularly around career exploration. So what you guys are saying, it very much is synergistic to some of the things that we're doing too, and so that's great to hear. So are you both going into a welder program, or you're going to go into welding, or is it just one of you?
Just me.
Just you. And what was kind of the impetus for that? What does that program look like? What are you excited about?
We're still kind of setting it up. So I believe we're doing something with the American Welder Society, where we'll be able to take our students there and have them do their testing and do their learning. That way they go out into the world with the welding certificate. And I'm extremely excited about it. For me, it just puts me a step forward into where I want to be at. And for some of my students who really love what they do as a welder, it'll put them exactly where they need to be at when they get out of high school. So the world's a little bit easier for them, hopefully.
That makes sense. As far as you guys are both entering your careers, right? You're at the beginning of your careers. You're in STEM and skilled trades. You're working with a fantastic organization, and you're helping the next generation of workers and students. What are you most excited about, and what are you looking forward to as a woman in STEM and skilled trades in the community?
What's most exciting to me is just seeing other people like me. I still have yet to come across another Muslim who's working in the STEM section of things, but I've come across a lot of young girls and young African American women, and it makes me excited. It makes me feel really happy about what I'm doing, because I know most definitely when I was a student at MINDDRIVE, I didn't have anybody who looked like me in the section that I was working in. They were always in the office or helping organize and things such as that. So, or in the photography area, which kind of made me feel a little bit left out. But now I feel like I'm able to gift that to somebody else.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I think, like, exactly what she said, like, I wasn't missing that. Like, as a woman, yes, I'm missing that representation, but specifically, like, Black and Muslim women need that representation, and I'm excited to see that grow, and I'm excited for people to recognize, like, women's potential and their strengths, like emotional intelligence, like communication. Like, we have a lot of qualities that make us perfect for STEM and STEM education, and I think that I'm excited to see it blossom for sure.
Yeah, well, we're excited to have you in the community. You guys are amazing, and I'm excited to see what you're going to do. Thank you so much for being here, both of you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.